I heard that Sal Terrae was once the home of the god of salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
According to legend, the people of the god of salt, Havria, enjoyed but this legend has been around for ages, with the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before...
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Sal Terrae. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has... I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of salt. I don't know, there's no concrete evidence, but I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of... So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of salt lie within this ruin.
You weren't listening at all, were you? Ugh. Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble.
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its...
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although they're... Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan...
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then. Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed. See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany, but when we lit up all the elemental monuments?
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingse in the north. All desolate and devoid of life.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying to provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War. At that time, with the chaotic fire, and that haven she eventually found is right here.
How sad then. In the end...
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happened doesn't matter as long as we can get inside.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingse in the north. You should be able to solve the puzzle.
Oz, reveal thyself! And the princess... By royal decree! Shadow Raven, let night fall!
No rest for the wicked.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Jingze in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time. Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will...
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No!
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on... You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin.
You have the audacity to demand this! Okay then.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it...
I can accept this arrangement. Well then, let's go.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Gather! Quake! Crumble! Gather! Quake!
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a...
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the...
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
Since we have a contract,
Then let's move on, shall we?
Quake!
Let's dance! Yeah! Yeah! Oz, reveal thyself! Heh. Yeah! 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 Let the show begin!
Order guide you! Crumble! Rise!
Just a simple ruler. Doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly,
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. Much like a rock. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a...
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick? And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
So you are saying you want to break the
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let...
Because you agreed to a Rex Lapis once said, ones who break their contracts.
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya.
Will suffer the wrath of the rock.
Pay your dues.
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah! By royal decree! Yeah! Yeah!
Quake! Crumble! Prepare yourself.
Come on, we can do it! Let's dance! Go!
Leaving so soon. No escape. Prepare yourself. Rise! I will have order.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin.
Oh, darn you! Just you!
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are real? I think we should be honest with each other now. That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological...
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of... I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are past...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos. During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's, so I seek proof of Morax's guilt. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. Come with me. All the answers.
Rise! Rise! Quake!